That's right.
And you are so right. If he lies, that should be the end of that.
That's
should
right.
be the end
That's
of that.
right.
My next question is, what is the most important thing, because you've been married, what is the most important thing that a marriage needs to have in order to last?
Love for one another.
Mm-hmm. And how do you know when it's true love? How do you know?
You're not going to catch them lying.
Yeah. I agree. Now, there are a lot of single-parent homes these days. Why do you think that's the case?
There are men that do not want to accept responsibility. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't want to accept responsibility.
And do you think it's because, like, the fathers running their lives and they didn't show them, or you just think it's the drugs and just everything going on and lack of God?
I think it's drugs and environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's just so prevalent these days, and then the young ladies are growing up without fathers, and then the boys don't know how to be men because they don't have those positive male influences around, and then the ones that they do have are on drugs, like you say, or they're not making the most out of their life, and so they just figure, okay, well, I can get by doing this and doing that because that's the way Daddy is.
Right.
What advice would you give to teenage girls, that are in middle school or in high school, mainly high school, that have just started to date? How can they keep themselves from being taken advantage of by a guy?
Here again, I just feel that with God, all things are possible. So when you accept Jesus Christ in your life and ask Him to lead and guide you, everything gonna be all right.
Yeah, and that's so true, because I've asked Him to lead and guide me, and there are some friendships and relationships where, we'll be talking, and then when I pray about their friendship or pray about, their intentions, and sometimes they'll have good intentions, but I'll say, okay, God, is this person for me? Is this person this and that? And I allow God to lead me and be prepared for the answer. And when He answers me, I'm like, okay, so you say that's not the one for me, or you're saying that this is what this is, and then I save myself from a lot of heartache sometimes, listening to God and letting Him lead me and guide me. And so what I think we should do is we should try to date people that are saved. Like that should be the number one. He has to be saved, has to be in church, because that will only add, trouble to what y'all already gonna go through.
Right.
That's so good. I like that. The next thing, what advice would you give to a woman that is recently divorced and she doesn't know where to go, or she thinks about giving up on love?
To me, I just see God for everything that I want. He said, if you love me, keep my commandment, I'll give you the desires of your heart. And I know He is true to His word.
Absolutely.
So I try to love God with all of my heart, and I do all I can to keep His commandment. And things I want, I ask Him for.
So she should just pray about it and talk to God and build her relationship with God after she's divorced. And then if she has a desire to get married again, then you think God will place the right person in her life?
He will.
At the right time.
At the right time.
And after she's done healing. What words of encouragement would you have for a woman who is having trouble letting go of the past? She's so stuck on closed doors, or relationships failing, or dreams and goals not happening. But she can't let go. She just can't let go.
Oh, she can't, but with God, got her. And He said, if you love me, keep my commandment, give you the desires of your heart. So if you love God, keep His commandment, He's going to give you the thing that you want.
Absolutely.
If they are the right thing.
If they are the right things.
Right.
If they're the right things. I agree with that. Because He's not going to give you something that's not yours, and He's not going to give you something that's the wrong thing for you. And so a lot of times that's why we end up waiting, so long, or people say just wait on God, because He's not going to give you something that does not belong to you, something that you want so bad, know. And so we take it as no, but really it's just redirection. That's all it is. And especially if you love Him, and of course He loves us. So like you say, just seeking Him.
I was going to say that I was in my 30s when I got married, but I asked God for a husband. The guy I married first wasn't, I don't feel that he was my husband, because he ended in a divorce. But he placed that marriage placed me in a place where I had a chance to meet my real husband.
Really? That's amazing.
To me.
To me, yeah. Now, when you say a place, you mean mentally or physically?
Physically.
Okay.
Because when I got married, I went to Amarillo.
Uh-huh.
And then my second husband was in the Air Force.
Okay.
And there was an Air Force base there.
Uh-huh.
And I had divorced my first husband. So then I met my second husband, who I really feel is really my husband.
Yeah, your soulmate. Oh, wow, that's great. That's wonderful. So you just can't get discouraged, ladies. You know, if something happens and you're divorced, you know, sometimes God has a reason to lead you here, and then you're going to meet this person, and it's just a reason for everything, and God does everything with purpose. Everything is with purpose. So you just have to keep the faith, keep praying, and keep going. I love that answer. I mean, you've encouraged me with that. You've encouraged me. What quality do you think women had that you saw all the time growing up that ladies and women don't have these days?
I feel that when I was growing up, it was kind of a disgrace to get a divorce, but now it's just common, you know. Just walk on off and leave and forget it. Instead of seeking God and asking God for guidance to help you through any relationship.
Right.
Because everything does not come on a flower bed of peas.
That's so true. And some things you have to work for, you know, and you're going to have problems with whatever you do, even your dream job, you're going to have problems, but you can't run from it. You can't run from everything. You have to let God fix it. And sometimes they build you. God
to guide you in it. That's my thinking.
Absolutely. Now, we're almost done, but I do have 3 more questions. Women tend to be jealous of each other. You know, sometimes we can tear each other down. And so Sisters Helping Sisters is about bringing women and girls together and teaching them how to love their fellow sister and do community service together and, you know, just change the dynamic that we have with each other. And so why do you think that women tend to tear each other down or be jealous of each other or don't want the next person to succeed? And what's your opinion?
My opinion is that they lack confidence in themselves, lack of self-confidence.
Absolutely.
So if I tear you down, you know, you pull someone down with me, you understand? And I believe it's because of they lack self-confidence in themselves.
Absolutely. I agree with that answer. What advice would you give, if you could, what advice would you give to women of this generation? One piece of advice, and it doesn't matter where it is, if it's on career, love, God, whatever the case may be. What would you leave with this generation?
Whatever you do, ask God for guidance. Whatever it is, ask God for guidance. And
don't step out and try to do something without Him.
Without Him.
Yeah, right. And if He says no,
He has a reason for saying no.
And if He tells you to wait, like you said, He has a reason for that too. You know, so you just kind of have to wait on Him to deliver you. And if He leads and guides you, then God won't steer you wrong.
He will not.
Because He's perfect. Right. You know, He doesn't make any mistakes.
He does not.
He knows what He's doing. And so if you want to always make sure you're doing the right thing, then you want to make sure He's leading you.
And seek it.
And seek it.
He said, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door will be open unto you. So you have to seek things that you actually want.
And my last question is actually about you.
Okay.
And you're always on the move. You know, you're my cousin. Sometimes we can catch up with you. Sometimes we're not. We can't. 1 minute you're in Las Vegas, next minute in New Orleans. How do you keep going? What keeps you going? Because you travel more than me.
I'm going to tell you what. I tell everyone, when I was young, I did not burn the candle on both ends. So I'm older now, and I still have energy. Okay?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you carry all your things out of church yourself. You know, you still drive.
Right.
She still drives herself, guys. So you just, like she say, seek God, pray to Him. He'll give you the desires of your heart. This is my cousin Orly Booker is a true woman of God, and I thank you for sharing your 95 years of wisdom with us. And I hope to be talking to you soon.
I thank you for asking.
No problem.